Hi, Freedom Family. I'm Mark, and I'm so glad you're here at Freedom for Life where we have real conversations that are sometimes challenging, sometimes hard, sometimes glorious, sometimes victorious, but always honest and always authentic as we're walking in our freedom journey. So, I don't often do this, but I wanted to give an update on a previous conversation we had that was titled The Worst News Ever. And so I wanted to kind of invite you into a place of vulnerability and kind of where we're walking through this, me and my family, as we're walking with this person we care about who received a terminal report. So why don't we go ahead and get started? And as we're getting started, do me a favor, become part of the Freedom family and subscribe. Do this favor as well and hit the notification bell so you can be a part of every conversation that we're having. If you're part of our teachings and conversations, you know that several weeks ago I talked about somebody that I was very close to, this person that I have an intimate personal relationship with, who was frankly given a terminal report from their doctor saying that they had less than a year to live because of the diagnosis and the disease that they're dealing with. And we talked about that conversation, and it kind of ended there. And sometimes, like in our life, sometimes we think that the rest of the life just goes on, and unfortunately, this isn't one of those circumstances. You know, when somebody you care about, when somebody you're close to is walking through a struggle or a challenge, or in this case, somebody that is walking through something that has got an ending that's closer than you wanted it to be. Sometimes it's something that you don't walk through and complete, but it's something that you just kind of deal with. And this person that I talk to, that I love and I care with, I talk to them every week. And it's interesting because every week the conversation somehow ends up with that elephant in the room, the fact that their finish line of their life is much closer than we expected it to be. And being somebody who cares about them, I'm trying to help them navigate and walk through it in a way that doesn't steal the time that they have now because of the destination they're walking towards. And the honest truth is I don't know how to do that really well because I've never had to do that before, not for myself or anybody that I'm close to. And so I'm trying to honor them and be caring for them and compassionate and encouraging. But we both know what's in the room. We both know what's happening and what's going forward. And so kind of trying to navigate with them through what does that look like for the rest of their days. And in that place, not really having a lot of wisdom to give. I don't, because there's really no answer. Apart from a miracle from God, there's an assurance that they're not going to be here very long. And so what do you do in that place? You know, if you're on my side of the conversation where you're trying to be of value to somebody you love, but you don't feel like you have anything to give. For me, it really comes down to a couple of things that I try to do when I'm in those conversations. And it's much easier when I go into the conversations than it is when I come out of them because it has impact. Of course it does on their life because they're the one walking through it, but we all walk through the journey together when we have somebody we care about. So it comes down to this. I had a conversation even with them this last week, and the honest truth is it's so easy to look towards this finish line and this what I'll call negative report and think that that's the end of the story, and so we just sit here and wait for that end to come. And as we were talking about that conversation and they were saying things about not really knowing what else there was to do, they weren't going to walk through with the diagnosis or with any treatment. And so what else do you do in this time? And my encouragement to them was this: well, what are you going to do today? Because at the end of the day, whether we have a week left, a month left, a year left, 50 years left, at the end of the day, it really all comes down to today. What impact am I making on the world and the people that I care about in this moment? And so my encouragement to them was something that I would desire to do in my own life. And it really comes down to this: okay, we understand where we're going. We understand what you've been told, but what are you going to do today? If there's breath in your body, there's impact to have, and there's people to care for, and there's life to give to others, and there's relationships to deepen. So what are you going to do today? Not to minimize the fact that there's something coming that isn't fun and isn't easy, but today is still here. And so my encouragement with them is, hey, let's look at today and see what we can do to manage now. We know where we're going. We both understand where this ends. But can you make today matter? Because we had the conversation. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what you accomplish in your life as much as it matters who you've walked through this journey of love with. Sounds very spiritual, right? But it's the truth. This person's family won't remember the things they did as much as they remembered the moments they had with them. And it's the same for your life and mine. So how am I walking through it? I'm trying to do my best to be an encouragement in a journey I have no idea how to navigate. And to be totally honest, I'm also sharing with people that I trust and I know care for me the challenges that I walk through, because it's not easy, and I'm not willing to carry the disease in me also. And the way I can let go of my emotions and process through it well is with people that care. And so I'm being vulnerable as much as I can, honest as much as I can, and open to the care that I can receive as I'm trying to care for this person. And I'm praying a lot and believing in my God a lot and inviting him into the conversation as well. Not blaming, not questioning, not doing any of those things. I've had moments in my life where I've done that, and my relationship with God's different now. I'm allowing him to be the comfort that he desires to be in the time that I'm trying to be the same for this person. And like with this person I'm talking to on a weekly basis, I'm trying to impact today with them in a way that'll matter to them and maybe ease their burden just a little as they walk through a horrible time in their life and towards a finish line that is coming much sooner than we expected. So what do you do in your life? If you're walking through that, or you know somebody who is, it all comes down to this. Can you impact today in a way that matters to people that matter to you? At the end of the day, that really is all that matters. Can we do that and be that for each other as we walk through this freedom journey together, living the life that we're called and created for? Hi, I'm Mark, and I'm glad you're here at _freedom4life_. This journey matters, and I'm glad that we're in a community where we can be honest and authentic about our freedom journey, whatever it looks like and whatever the season looks like that we're going through. Hit the like button if something here resonates with you. Down in the comment below, let me know where you need somebody to come along and speak a word of comfort, or you have a conversation you want to have. We're family, not just in name, but in action. Share this with somebody you know who's maybe walking through that journey as well. It's not my journey alone, but the one that we share together that matters. So share this with somebody who may need to hear it. If you want to know how to kind of navigate through your life in a way that brings health and healing and wellness, that can bring perspective and a mindset that will give you strength and fortitude even in the worst of times, I have a course called Life Mastery. Website, we have the link down below. You can sign up for it today or DM me on Facebook and Instagram when we have that conversation. I can walk through this well because I understand who I'm created to be in the life I'm created for, and I've overcome so many things that are standing in the way. I am who I am for the person I care about in this journey because of the freedom journey I've walked through, and Life Mastery is really kind of the blueprint of how I did it. If that's something you want to walk through, we want to be there for you so that you can be that person who you're created to be as well. At the end of the day, if you do nothing else, dominate your day.